Rockstars, what's going on? Welcome into the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel on this Friday, November 2nd, 2018. TGIF, welcome to the weekend. Not that it means much for most of us that are entrepreneurs, but for those of you that enjoy the weekend, enjoy it. This video is going to be a little bit about something that I don't talk about very much. In fact, probably only once or twice in the past on this channel out of 1,000 videos. eBay's stock and eBay's earnings. So today, this week, eBay announced that it did match or beat its estimated projected sales earnings, but just barely. So a lot of you probably don't know what a targeted sales earnings or quarterly earnings are, or what it means for us, what matters, why does it matter, etc. So to take pages of technical stuff and things like that and break it down into like 2 sentences, basically companies that are publicly traded on the stock market report their earnings every quarter. It's for investors, it's for the public, it's all got to be put out there. And so before that quarter, the hedge funds, the investment funds, all these banker people and analysts, they all come up, you know, based on what the company has done, so what eBay's done in the past versus what they have coming up, they come up with a target number. And so eBay's quarterly target is like 2.1 billion or something, just over 2 billion in earnings and revenue. That's not profit, that's revenue for the quarter. And for that was for third quarter. We're now in fourth, so they just reported third quarter earnings. And so if eBay hits their 2 billion, well, that's good, and they've done what they should have done. If they did 1.5 billion, that would be bad, and they failed. And if they do 2.5 or 3 billion, well, that's really, really good, because that means they overperformed. So hopefully you guys understand that. If you're running a company and you do $100,000, and next year you say, well, I'm gonna do better, I'm gonna do 150, but next year you do 50,000, well, that's really bad, and people no longer have confidence in you. They think that you're doing something wrong, they think that you made the wrong moves, you wasted money, etc. And so that's why publicly traded companies report these earnings, and it's why they have the sales earnings calls, and the CEO, Devin Wenig, and the CEOs of all these big companies present these earnings every quarter. And so they always want to be above the expectations. And eBay was. It's just a little bit, but they were above the expectations. Now, what I find interesting is that, and we all heard this in a prior video, and we all saw this publicly, is that Devin, the CEO of eBay, has stated that eBay is focusing, number one, on the payment processing, getting rid of PayPal as the primary payment processor, because that's going to, save fees for us, but it's also going to allow eBay to make more money, because PayPal is making money off that. Don't get it wrong. I mean, PayPal's making a fortune. And so now eBay is going to be able to keep that in-house. And of course, that's, saving us money is also going to make eBay money. So that's one revenue stream that's going to help them go up. And so that's a good thing for eBay. That's a good thing for their stock price, for the CEO, and hopefully for us as sellers, which I think it will be. Not right now, but eventually. A lot of you guys are going to ask me if I changed over. The answer is no, not yet. I'm waiting to let them get any glitches that might happen out of the way, and then I'll join. Also, once PayPal becomes available, remember you can't use PayPal to buy from sellers that opted in. So that's number one. And the second thing that Devin said was a big help for the revenues and going forward is promoted listings. And so I have the story pulled up, I have it on my phone, and I'm going to screen share it and talk about it with you guys over on my computer in just a minute. And so let's just go ahead and go over to that, and I'm going to show you what I want your opinion on as far as eBay going into the future is concerned with. So let's jump over there, listen to this fully. It's just going to be another 2 or 3 minutes, and then please, please, please leave your comments in the comment section below after the video is over. Okay, so here we are on TechCrunch on their website, and of course this is from third quarter earnings. This was just announced this week. Today is Friday. This was announced, I believe, on Tuesday or Wednesday, and even though eBay has a lot of competition, they still ended up. So the actual numbers were 2.65 billion in revenue with 720 million in profits. Now 2.41 billion is what they did last year, so they're definitely up from last year, and it caused the stock to go up 4% in after hours trading, so that's really good. But Devin, the CEO, says that eBay's focusing on payments and advertising. Well, we all know that payments is important to eBay. It's going to help them make money, help us save money, and help the platform be better, because that's how every other platform does it. There was no PayPal intermittent. It was directly through, like Amazon transfers to your bank, Poshmark transfers to your bank, Etsy transfers to your bank. Everyone does it that way. So this is very smart by eBay, and I think it's a great move. Now the advertising, what are they talking about by advertising? They're talking about the Highline ads, but they're mainly talking about promoted listings. And so if we scroll down just a little bit, first they talk about, eBay adding on StubHub, which saw revenues of almost 300 million, up 7%. So that's really, really good. But if we keep going down, it says that the company's already processed $38 million in payments. That's awesome. But that advertising has 400,000 sellers promoting 160 million listings. So you can see they're making some significant income. Even if every item was just 50 cents that they're making off of it, they made $80 million on those promoted listings in just this year, or just this quarter, I'm sorry. And so 400,000 people doing promoted. So that's a lot of competition. Keep that in mind. And of course, the marketplace grew to 177 million users. I believe they previously had 175 million. So another 2 million users. eBay's CFO, that's Scott Schenkel, says that they just rolled out a direct from brand and direct from authorized resellers. Brands want choice. They want to sell in a marketplace where 177 million users don't compete with them. Very good point. The company's also going to continue, to have an aggressive investment in mergers, acquisition strategies, especially since the company found its earnings buoyed by the $1 billion brought in from its sale in Flipkart, which was Indian e-commerce platform over there. So eBay is really, they've done a good job. They've got the stock up. They've got earnings up. They've done everything right on a business standpoint. But my question to you, and what I want everyone to use the comment section below, we all agree, I think we all agree that the payments processing is going to be a really good thing once they get it rolled out completely, and once, everything is going smoothly, and once it's all, in place and permanent. The promoted listings, do we think that, I really think that eBay needs to overhaul that. In my opinion, they should give us back the views, the gross. We need to see what we're paying for and what we're getting, and the traffic it's causing, and all those things that we had right away, but now we don't have anymore. And so I wanted your opinion on how you feel about eBay, basically putting their future on promos and promoted listings and payment platform being, the growth over just selling more stuff. I think we all know their competition has built their legacy, their reputation on, we're going to sell anything and everything under the sun. And long story short, we'll outsell everyone, while eBay is trying to, be that thin, trimmed down expense platform that makes its money in other ways. Now, don't get me wrong, their competition, Amazon, they make money through advertising as well. They make money through other things, but this is good for eBay to do. So I'm just curious if your comments, your concerns, your questions, your thoughts on this. Check out the story. I'll link it below. It's techcrunch.com. And I'll put that direct link. You can check it out, read the whole story. But so far, eBay's done good. We'll have to keep an eye out for their fourth quarter. But what they did for the company and the bottom line, we're going to have to see if it correlates over to doing good for the bottom line of their sellers. Hopefully it does. We'll all enjoy it. We'll all make more money. We'll all be happy. If it doesn't, well, then there could be some problems. So with that, I'll leave you guys to the comments. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your weekend. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. Double check that you still are subscribed and that you turn your notifications on. If you haven't joined my email list, go to rockstarflipperonline.com. Drop me your email. I really appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see you then.